Hey guys, I'm Richard Fitzgerald. This is Dubai Works, where we interview the business leaders making a difference in this great city.
That business with scalability was very interesting to me.
I like building something that has legacy.
Episode 140 since we started at the beginning of 2019. Where is the time gone? We're joined by another CEO and founder. This week we have Monish Chandiramani, who is the co-founder and CEO at Yeepeey. They are an online application that they deal in grocery, essentials, confectionery shopping through its platforms with promised delivery of 30 to 45 minutes. A really interesting space. We're going to be talking all things e-commerce, all things groceries and delivery, as well as we'll start off with the story of Yeepeey, marketplace and competition and plans for the future. Welcome, Monish.
Thank you so much, Richard, for having me here and basically talking about my company Yeepeey. And just to give you a background of what Yeepeey is basically an online application which allows the customers to order groceries within your smaller grocery stores, supermarkets and hypermarkets, which is within your vicinity. So basically what you do is you just go on the app. You will find a range of supermarkets right from the smallest to the largest hypermarkets, and you can just go select your favorite products and order your groceries home and get it delivered within 30 to 45 minutes.
Amazing. Where to start? So just picking up on something you said there, in your vicinity,
yes.
Does that mean that it's location based and you'll be able to find the nearest stores to you?
Yes, so basically because we are promising delivery within 30 to 45 minutes, so we cannot keep a range of, say you're staying in Dubai and you cannot have a supermarket from Sharjah delivering to you. So we have it geolocation based, where if you're staying in JLT or you're staying in Bar Dubai, you get only the vicinity supermarkets close to that vicinity, and you can order. You have a range of almost 8 to 10 supermarkets in each vicinity where you can order your groceries.
Okay, so where did the name Yeepeey come from?
So obviously, it's quite an interesting name because it's something. Yeepeey is something called excitement, which it's
like
Yeepeey,
like
yeah. So it's something which is an emotion which we are trying to bring through our app. So anything which means happiness, excitement. So that's what we are trying to bring in each household. So everyone goes yippee when you get your groceries or anything which you can get delivered through the app. Yes. That's where the name came from, and that's our vision and our mission to make everyone happy and go yippee.
Okay.
So,
that's amazing. So it kind of sets a tone for your brand, both in terms of customer satisfaction, but also in terms of messaging and branding as well.
100%. So right from the start, we our mission is to basically be customer centric, because all startups right from the start till your journey goes on, you need to make your customer happy. That's going to run your business, and if they're happy, your business is going to be happy. So the name comes from that. And that's the service we want to deliver to our customers.
Okay, when did you start the business?
So the business started just 6 months back. So it's a startup which is formed 6 months back. But the idea, obviously, the origin of Yeepeey came back in 2019, where before COVID hit the world. So this was an idea which came. Me and my co-founder actually passed through. Graduated from our colleges, and we.
Wow, you're young.
Yeah, I'm quite young. I'm just 26 years. So,
okay, very good.
So I've just, me and my co-founder had finished our college, and we were discussing about, ordering stuff and, what business to get in. And while ordering, we clearly saw that, the application which were there, they were basically having markups, markups and high delivery fee, which, not everyone wants to and not everyone can actually afford. So that's when the idea struck us that, there's a need in the market to have something where convenience come at the right price. So Dubai is a fast moving market, and you need something which comes at the right time and the right price for convenience. So that's where the idea came, and then obviously we did a good research and development, and that's where the idea of Yeepeey came on.
Okay, what did you study?
I studied in Hereford University in Dubai itself.
What did you do?
MBA. I've done my MBA.
And your co-founder?
He's also an MBA.
So you're business graduates.
Yes.
You didn't have a background in developing and coding and engineering. How did you go about building the kind of MVP, the product at the start?
So before doing my MBA, we have a business which is Yeepeey is a sister concern of a company which is into fintech, which is basically we have a tech base from the last 15 years. So that's obviously something of our strength also being
tech. Your family or?
It's in the family, and also we have investors and founders from outside the family also. But it's in our blood. Technology is I would say it's in our blood from the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're always involved in technology.
Yes.
While you were studying, you're familiar with it.
Yes,
And
we
you knew where to go, where you needed to build something.
100%, and technology is something which our main focus is going to remain for the future also, to digitally transform the way retail is going on right now and online shopping goes on right now.
Okay, so obviously online shopping and e-commerce is exploding in the region and globally, and digital transformation is just continuing.
Yes.
At a breakneck speeds. But sorry, when you were building the app, did you think of going to this sort of Shopify kind of off-the-shelf product, or how would one go about building a delivery service app?
So see, obviously it's not something which everyone can do, because obviously you need to maintain that level of customer experience on your app. So I think the technology part of it plays very important role in today's business, and that's what gives you the competitive edge also. We are a small player right now, but you have big giants, and only your tech and your service can give you an advantage over them. So I would say our main focus is obviously going to be groceries for the start, but we have a lot of other verticals which are going to come on.
Okay.
Which is which just adds value to the existing customers and the new customers which will come to the app.
Okay, and by having a name like Yeepeey, it's not restrictive of groceries.
100%. It's a name which, as I said, it's an emotion. So it's not a name which only restricts us to groceries. You can go to any vertical, but obviously it should make sense for us to fall in that category, and it should make sense for our customers to get something more than what they get outside in the market.
So Monish, when people come up with the idea of a platform, generally you need two things. You need things on both sides. So you need customers to want to order.
Right.
We also need, in this case, stores and supermarkets to put their products there.
Yes.
How did you go about that? How did you get people from both sides?
So what our platform is made back in when we launched, we had just 3 stores, but today we have 65 plus stores live on our application.
65 branches of different brands.
Different brands, obviously different brands, but we have the biggest chains like the Union Cops of Dubai. We have Almaya on the group, which is getting live, and we have the biggest of biggest. And what happens is it's good for the smaller groceries, because they never get exposure to online business if we did not exist. So it's something which is doing good for the society also, as well as us.
Okay, so you were able to get 65 stores on board. Did you have to tell them how many people were ordering, or how did you then go and get your first customers to place orders?
Right. So for the in terms of the the merchants on the platform, we obviously have to visit their stores and actually tell them what's the importance of online groceries. Especially after COVID hit the world, it's very important to have a online space, online space in the market. So that's the whole mindset which we try to get in the smaller grocery stores, and where obviously you need to tell them that we have customers who actually have a need of quick delivery, and that's what these grocery stores can do to us.
Okay.
And in terms of customers, obviously we have our marketing arms on social media, as well as offline marketing channels, where we try to showcase what different we are from the competitors, and that's how we get our customers.
Okay, how are you different?
How are we different? So obviously as Yeepeey, as I said, when we launched, we had a few problems ourselves ordering because of the high delivery fees or markups on each and every product. So what we have done is we have done in such a way that we have 0 markups. So if you find any price in the stores, if it's 10 dirhams, you're going to get the same 10 dirhams on our app also, and the delivery fee is almost 1/3 of what the competitors charge, or even free, and in most of the occasions it's still free delivery. And what we do is that we have the in-store promotions. So whatever promotions you see in the store, you will get the same promotions online along with our promotions on the same.
Okay.
So it's something which is a 4 or 5 plus points for the customers to actually come on our platform.
Okay, amazing. I have a question around marketplace, but just while we're talking about the stores, I use some of these apps, and sometimes they don't have the product in place, and I just wonder from a logistics of the store side, in terms of fulfillment and in terms of populating the apps, do they need to have a team in the store checking the shelves and going on to all these different apps that they would partner with to make sure that the inventory and the stock is up to date? How does it work?
So what we do whenever we onboard a merchant, we obviously, as Yeepeey, we have three apps, which is the Yeepeey customer app, the merchant app, as well as the delivery man app. So when we onboard any merchant, we we basically, our team goes and scans the whole store. So you have the in-store products on the app. So we try to reduce the out of stock issue over here, and we have given them access to basically run their inventory, which is basically only which is out of stock, or if there's any price change on a daily basis, they can automatically do it after we approve it from our end.
Okay.
So in that way, we have actually made the grocery stores have a proper inventory management system through our app.
Okay. How do you approve it? I mean, if people are ordering things that aren't there,
Yes.
Is there any sort of instant feedback to tell them to update that?
Yes. So what happens is, we have features like, to basically give replacement products to the customer as close to the products which they have used or they have ordered. So what happens is we do have a review, which goes after every order, and whatever feedback we get from the customers, we give it to the store in real time, so that those mistakes are not made again.
Okay.
And as well as the feedback, whatever we get on the app, we try to implement it as soon as possible, so that the other customer who orders next time does not face the same issue.
Okay, so one of the ways that you could get into other verticals and other spaces is with working with people other than stores. For example, direct to consumer, digital native vertical brands. Do you have a marketplace? And would people be able to, obviously if you're selling a product, you need it to be on the shelves in the store, but wouldn't it be of help for them to be able to put it on your app as well directly?
So obviously, because we are just at the starting point, so we have basically, we're just right now just partnering with our merchant stores, but in future we'll be having a marketplace where any business having a registered trade license in Dubai or anywhere of the world can actually come, form the platform on our app and start, once all the KYC procedures are done, they can start the business right away from the Yeepeey app.
Okay, amazing. And what about the technology? So you obviously have a kind of a native iOS app, a native Android app, and the website, and that you've coded it fully yourselves, you have full capability. Do you license any software? Do you license any software, and what sort of payment gateways do you use?
So obviously, we have our own in-house team, as I told you, and we have a native Android iOS app. As you said, we are integrated with the payment gateway, which is one of the top payment gateways in Dubai itself, which checkout.com.
Okay.
So which enables almost all the payments. So it's normally your debit card, credit card, the American Express, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Samsung Pay. So you have all the payment options live on the app, which none of the other competitors do right now.
Okay.
So we have all integrated within the system, because keeping Expo in mind, there are a lot of different nationalities, different countries participating in Expo. So you need to give that additional edge over the other competitors by giving them payment modes. Okay. So we have all the payment modes active on the app.
Okay, you're 6 months old. Where did you set up the business?
We have our license registered in Silicon Oasis, which is a free zone license, and our business is, being born and brought up over here. This was something which was a no-brainer for us, and Dubai being very open to startups, to businesses to open. I think this was, this is the best place to start a business. It's ease of business and also opportunities.
Definitely. So you set up Yeepeey as a standalone entity, Silicon Oasis. Did you raise funds, or will you? I know it's quite early, but is that your plan in the future? So
obviously, till now we have been self-funded right from the start, but we are looking for investors early next year, because there's a lot of exciting things, which is as I said, our main focus is on technology and actually changing the way how people shop. So I think that's going to be have a massive edge, and we intend to do something which no one has done in the world.
Okay.
So I think in terms of investments, we are looking for investments. We are going to have our rounds early next year, for sure.
Interesting. So we talk a bit about the industry and the categories that you're playing in. When we think of traditional bricks and mortar groceries, they can digitize, they can have an app, they can sell online, they can have. Where I was from, Tesco had an online store, right? And then you have grocery apps. There's very famous ones in the UAE. There's InstaShop, which had a big kind of exit, big valuation. El Grocer is quite well known, been around for 4, 5, 6 years, raised a lot of money. And then you've got the super apps who also do delivery, like Kareem and companies like that. How do you view the landscape? Do you see it very clearly? Like, and we know in the US there's DoorDash and others who've listed. Like, do you see it as we are one of these, or do you see it a bit differently?
So I mean, I would see it very differently, because obviously, you know, it's exciting having so many big players in the market and still getting good traction. So I would say in the last 6 months we've been fortunate enough to get a good traction, because what we intend to do, I think, is quite different. Obviously, you know, in the start we are a new age startup, so in the start you might not see a lot of differentiative ideas, but in the coming future we're going to have a lot of things which these people don't have. Obviously, you know, they are in the market from 5-6 years, and we obviously look up to them also in most of the cases. But having said that, over the last 6 months we've got 10,000 plus downloads, so we are doing something right to actually have a marketplace, have our customers loyal to us rather than using the other apps. So we have done something right, I would say, and I would not look at them as competition, but obviously you need to be your own competitor and you need to learn what the feedback your customer gives you. So I think in that way I see it as a very exciting opportunity for Yeepeey to come along with these companies in the business.
I'll phrase it a little differently. So typically we're, rightly or wrongly, in that space, like Amazon and others, we are led to believe that it's a zero-sum game, that you need to be really big. Is that your view? Do you just to get market share and to deliver, to have a viable business in e-commerce delivery business, do you need to be massive, or can you not be massive and also be profitable? And how do you view that? I think
you don't need to be massive. First of all, if we thought in that way, we wouldn't have got 10,000 downloads and people ordering and loving the app. So I would say, obviously, you need to be among the big guns to get the market share. But having said that, if you have your own space of yours, we've always tried to create our own space in the market and not actually see what others are doing. We need to create our own market, and that's what we have been successful in doing. And we will be doing that in the future and create our own market space so that we are profitable, not only profitable, but people actually like us.
Okay, fair enough. There's been a lot of kind of debate over the years in Dubai, particularly around delivery, around particularly around restaurant delivery, yes. The cost of it, the cost to list on the platform, the costs for the drivers, and then other conversations around looking after the drivers and things like that. How can you firstly, from the cost point of view, can you make margin? How can you mentioned that you're cheaper and there's sometimes no fees. How can you make margin? And then also, do you employ your own delivery team?
So in terms of merchants, obviously, we have a business model where we charge a small fee from the merchants, which is basically after the order is done. There's no setup fee, there's no registration fee. That's all, which is done by our in-house team too. And what's different between us and the others is that we actually give them a proper inventory management system also, so that they actually know what's going on in the store. And plus that, we have only a small commission which we take from the stores. Along with that, I would say that the deliveries are not done. I would say 90% of deliveries are done by the merchants itself on cycles, which also reduces the carbon footprint in the world. And obviously, it's something which assures 30 to 45 minutes delivery. And in terms of logistics, we have about I would say 10 to 15% which we do the logistics for the bigger chains, but 90% of it is done by the merchants itself.
Interesting. That makes more sense. Yeah. Okay. Very good. And then, so moving on to competition and the kind of territories that you operate in, you mentioned Sharjah and Dubai. Are you going to be available throughout the UAE?
So obviously, Dubai is the starting point for us. We are live in almost 50 plus localities in Dubai right now.
Yeah.
The next, expansion plan within the UAE is Abu Dhabi, and then towards the Northern Emirates. So we are going to be live in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi in December. Okay, so which is 2 months from now.
Yeah.
So that's something which we are looking at, and then the Northern Emirates, and expanding globally within the Middle East. We are going to obviously tap the Saudi market, which is basically a very, very interesting market, very massive market for e-groceries, because I would say that that market is something which is still untapped.
Yeah.
I would say. So I think that's something which we're looking as a first expansion globally.
Okay, interesting. I want to go back to Saudi in a second, but just in terms of Abu Dhabi and how you go into another territory, what do you need there? Do you need, it's a digital business, do you need a license? Do you need people on the ground? How do you
obviously so what's most important, obviously having a license in every emirate is important. Logistics license, if we want to do our own logistics, we can basically have a license of our own, or we can tie up with a third party who does the logistics for us. But most important is having on the ground foot, which basically would get the merchants online, because that's what's most important. Choice is, I think choice, we're spoiled for choice nowadays. So I think having a lot of grocery stores, a lot of products online is going to give you the competitive advantage. And that's what, when we move into Abu Dhabi, the most important thing will be on the ground foot, getting the merchants online.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you need presence there, do you have like, what's the first person that you need? Like I remember there was stories of how Uber used to do market expansion, and I could be completely wrong here, but I think it was, they did say 3 people per city, you know, a kind of a country manager, a kind of a social marketing sort of person, and then someone to manage the customer service and the drivers and the captains and things.
100%. So the first person I would say is the partnerships person, which is the business development person, who will actually go and onboard the stores. Once you're set with the threshold of the number of stores you want for the launch in Abu Dhabi, then obviously you need to have social and media presence, which is basically your digital presence, your offline channels and everything.
You can do that centrally.
I mean, obviously, you know, the base is going to be in Dubai itself, which you can do it because we know, being born and brought up here, you know the whole market, right from Sharjah, Northern Emirates to Abu Dhabi, you know the whole market. So they're not. I think it's just a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be centralized in Dubai itself. But then obviously the business development people are supposed to be in Abu Dhabi on the foot, and customer service, again, you can have it in Dubai itself. Yeah.
So let's talk about customer service. You know, that, like, obviously with any sort of platform, customer service is important.
Yes.
You're taking credit card details indirectly, things can go wrong, the store can bring a bad goods and things like that. How do you manage it?
So you know, from our end, we try, I think, 100% to basically not have any product going to the customer which is defective. But having said that, you know, it's not 100% in our control. Sometimes it goes, but we have very good, very flexible return policies that if the customer, if he's not happy, there's no questions asked from the customer. We just take the return back and the money is refunded back. Having come into the point of, you know, the credit card, we obviously, you know, we are with tied up with one of the top payment gateways. So everything is very safe within the platform, and everything is encrypted. So you do not have any, we don't have any, you know, any view of anyone's security questions or security cards. It's all very safe.
And what if the delivery is 46 minutes?
So obviously, you know, there would be deliveries where obviously, you know, when there's a time when you have a lot of deliveries coming in at time. But being Dubai, we have seen Dubai market, the people mindset is not so rigid. So, you know, if it's late, we try our best to reach within 45 minutes to 60 minutes, and it depends on your location also. So it ranges anywhere between 30 to 60 minutes and the type of hypermarket or supermarket you're ordering from. But we assure that 99% of our deliveries are done within time. If it's not done, we have the feedback calls, and we actually give them an incentive of being late.
Okay, interesting. A few things on my list of questions here as I jot down notes. So that's great in customer service. On our sister platform, Love in Dubai, especially over the summer, there was a lot of stories around the treatment of delivery drivers and people who were sitting outside restaurants who weren't getting the right water. There was people who were delivering on bikes, even in the heat, instead of on bicycles instead of on motorbikes. What's your sort of view on that? Are people being looked after enough?
So I would speak about our company. Obviously, I don't want to comment on someone else, but our company, we look after every rider, you know, even if it's not our rider, if it belongs to the merchant, we try our best to look after. And that's why, you know, our delivery times, we don't keep it as tight as 15-20 minutes, because it's going to be something which is tough to deliver, and you know, it's quite hot in Dubai. So it's something which we obviously will take care of the riders, our riders especially. Where we do delivery, we make sure that, you know, everyone's safe, everyone's following the safety guidelines which we have set, and nothing is basically negotiated, or everything is safe from our end.
Okay, fair enough. So in your view, generally the people that you work with, that you would think that they're happy and they're well looked after. Okay.
100%. They are. I mean, our people right from the start, they are still with us, and that's something which speaks about our company. We obviously, we treat everyone same. Being the delivery man, right to the co-founders, everyone's treated the same manner, and everyone's given the same treatment.
Okay, you don't need extra regulation. We don't need extra kind of protection. And can I ask that in another way? In other markets, this is sort of seen as the gig economy, right? And people don't have contracts. They're not employed either by you or the store, and they don't have the same protection as if they were. That's not the same here, right? Like they do have an employment contract.
Over here, I think over here everything's regulated, obviously, and for our partner stores to even allow the riders to basically deliver from their stores, we have to obviously submit all the regulatory documents. So everyone in our company is regulated, and everyone has all the regulations in place.
Okay, so they're not gig economy, they're actually full-time employees.
They're already full-time employees, and we have obviously tie-ups with a third party, which are again regulated with the Dubai government. So everything is regulated from us.
And that third party would provide personnel.
Yes, the delivery.
They would be full-time employees for that third party.
For that third party, but working for us, obviously.
Yeah, fair enough. Understood. Okay, cool. In the delivery space in food F&B, the cloud kitchen trends has kind of cropped up a lot. Are you seeing something similar in groceries and stuff?
So I think it's known as cloud kitchens in food industry, and dark stores in the grocery industry. That's something which is the future, because obviously as you spoke about the out of stock issues, that I would say 99% reduces in dark stores, because you have a very solid inventory system, and you can provide the customers with very quick delivery. Within, I would say, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, your delivery is done.
Yeah.
But having said,
there's no customers coming in taking stuff off the shelf.
Right. It's all your people. It's all automated, and as the order comes, within 3-4 minutes, it's prepared and it's out for delivery. So that's something which is in the future. But having said that, we need to keep in mind of the smaller grocery stores and supermarkets which are there from a lot of years, and that's where we come in and actually support them to have an online space, to have a competitive edge over the dark stores, which is coming in future.
Okay, are there dark stores in Dubai right now?
100%. I think a lot of competitors have the dark stores based in Dubai, and that not only in Dubai and all over the world. That's a trend which is going on, and that's a trend which is going to stay also in the future.
Okay, interesting. Going back to Saudi for a second, so it's a different market. It's not the same as, say, Abu Dhabi or Northern Emirates in terms of, yes, you need the license and someone to onboard, but then there's the language, there's a behavior. When I was going there on many business trips, I thought that the Hunger Station app was for food, right? I thought it was like, hey, it's got a nice burger logo, I'm hungry, I'm going to order a burger. But actually, it's a super app. It does groceries, it does everything, and they're launching in Dubai now. So they as well as you having competition here, there's an app over there that's quite saturated in the market. It's got kind of first mover. How do you view that? In terms of Yeepeey, does it need to have an Arabic matching logo for a name? What's the Arabic word? Maybe our producer Rowan will tell us what to celebrate for in Arabic for Yeepeey is. But how do you adapt it for the Saudi market?
So I'll tell you something very interesting. Over the last 6 months since I launched, we have been working towards the app and having a personalized shopping experience. So we have been using our own data, customer feedback, ordering behaviors, purchasing behaviors, and we have actually sat down, had a proper meeting with our our directors, our the advisors. We have the advisors from the biggest retail chains from Dubai, UK, US, from the marketing field. So we have actually revamped our app, which is going to come out very soon, which basically, if you have ordered once on our app, it actually gives you a total personalized experience on the app. So having said that, obviously, when we enter the Saudi or even Abu Dhabi for that matter, we'll be having Arabic as a language to order, so that it's easy for the locals, for the local market to use the app. And obviously, we have a lot of data driven, which is already integrated within the app, which actually shows you and suggests you something which you want to buy.
Okay, Okay, interesting. So you will localize it in that
We
way.
will be localizing, and obviously before we enter the market, we will be having a proper research of between 3 to 6 months of what people actually want, what's the need of the market, what the others are doing, and what we can do differently, and then only launch. We're not just going to be there that okay fine, Yeepeey is going to launch there. We will be doing a proper study, research, and then only entering a market.
Okay, so Monish, when you're looking at the app, right, and then you look at product development, both in terms of UX, UI experience, the coders,
Yes.
and then also growth hacking, like 10,000 downloads, how many customers, what's the repeat customer, there's metrics people use like ARPU and things like that.
Yes.
What are the key metrics for you? How do you know that this is doing well?
So obviously, anything which goes out on social media, as you said, the click per rate or anything of that matrix, it obviously, you have
CPA, cost per acquisition.
100%. So it's cost of acquisition, and everything depends on what you put out, and that's what makes us different. Our marketing, our target audience, our posts which we put out, our sponsored ads are basically all problem solving solutions. So basically we only post stuff which we know which might work, and obviously if it doesn't work, you need to change it immediately. So and coming back to the customer acquisition, I think that's very important in this market, to retain the customer after you actually acquire him. So we have within the system, we have a lot of cashbacks, loyalty points, which keeps the customer hooked on to our app rather than jumping to another app.
Okay.
And I think the base of everything is customer satisfaction, feedback from the customers of what they liked, what they did not like. I think a lot of people actually criticize what people don't like, but I think it's very important to find what people actually like on your platform and actually advertise that, because that's something which you're doing right on the platform, and which would bring customers who are not satisfied with the other apps onto your app.
Okay, what's an average in your sector?
Yeah.
What's the average use per month by a customer?
So I would say it's anywhere between 7 to 8 times if it's obviously a customer who uses. It depends on the basket value also, but I would say anywhere between our customer basket value is a bit higher, because we have the biggest of chains where you can get, I think, close to 20,000 products on in one store. So I would say it's
What's
about
the average value?
120 to 150, but obviously it depends on the supermarkets you're planning. So it goes anywhere between 80 to 120. Depending on the location, depending on the hypermarkets, and that's
so. And if someone orders once a month, is that good? Like, can you retain? Is that a happy customer if they use the app once a month? Is that it's someone active for you?
Obviously, we need to go and see what they're ordering. So suppose if they've ordered for a good basket size, if they've ordered everything, then once a month, again once a month is quite less. We have seen people at least using it 2 or 3 times a month, which is basically the customers who order everything from your app. But there are few customers who actually like to order only essentials or something which they do not find in in the local markets, or if they want something quick, they order that. So we obviously every customer is important to us, and we see every customer as a person who needs to order from the app again. If they're not ordering, we need to find why they did not order, and obviously solve that issue again.
Okay. Yeah. So when you're doing your monthly reports, what are the key? Like, yes, performance marketing is important in downloads, but like as you said, that's paid for and that's acquisition, but you need people to place orders. So what are the key things you're reporting on?
So obviously we see what's the basket size. If it's increasing month on month, means something which we're doing well, because obviously people are trusting your app more than. But what we have seen very different before COVID and after COVID is that the fruits and vegetables and the fresh butchery is being sold more now, because these the customers are actually trusting our app to order fresh food. So I think that's massive amount of things are getting sold on our app, which is fresh fruits, which people did not actually trust online apps before. So I think they're getting the quality from, and even the merchants actually understand the importance of sending fresh fruits, and the whole mindset of the smaller groceries have changed over COVID hitting them. So they actually know that the importance of online applications now, and to send fresh fruits and vegetables. So that's something which we have seen a massive increase on our application.
So you can see, just depending on what people are ordering, you can see different.
You know, on a daily basis, obviously, you know, have different reports coming into you and different behaviors of customers. But you know, we still stay towards our our basket value. How much? What's the delivery time? Because that's something which we play around, and we don't want to fall behind on that. We want to ensure that we are giving within 60 minutes or 45 minutes.
Okay. Monish, a lot of people on this podcast in the last few months talk about logistics and supply chain issues to do with the pandemic. Obviously, it doesn't affect stock on a sort of within Dubai if we're talking about freight and things like that. But what's your sort of view on it in the industry? Like, is this something? Is this the new normal? Are we having? Is there too much e-commerce in the world where the backlog of containers in shipping ports is never going to be solved? Like, do we have a problem? I was in a bike shop the other day, and they manufacturers are 2 years out of stock. There's a chip shortage globally. The automotive industry is going through a bit of a crisis in terms of inventory. Is there too much e-commerce, and is this causing a backlog? Surely this will be solved, right?
It's 100% going to be solved, and it's something which is good because people are ordering online, and they want everything fast. Today's world is that they don't want to even wait for 2-3 days. They want it within 30 minutes. They want it within 30 minutes. And being in a market which is rapidly moving so fast, you need. I mean, e-commerce is something which is the future, and I think e-commerce. There's a new word now called quick commerce, Q-commerce, which is quick commerce, and that's what we are based on. Our business model is a quick commerce business model, which belongs to the 60 to 90 minutes delivery. So I think it's a good problem to have, and in future, obviously, because the demand has increased so much in COVID, it is going to reduce, and we're going to fall back in place.
Yeah. So you think it will fall back in place?
100% will fall back in place, but the demand for e-commerce and Q-commerce is going to increase massively.
Yeah, but the innovative entrepreneurs will find solutions. Things will speed up.
100%, and to be honest, we want to be the people who actually solve the issues rather than being a me too brand. We are going to look at innovations, technological advancements and total automation, so that you don't have the issues with us.
Yeah, and so we're obviously coming up to the festive season, gifting season, many places around the world. Amazon go into overdrive in Q4 and things like that. Yes. So it might get worse before it gets better.
That's obviously it's something which it's happening, but it's just the marketplace, the demand which is there in the market right
now. But mostly that's for international. One of the things that Amazon tried to do, which they didn't scrap, but they've kind of relooked at, is drone delivery, because logically speaking, it's hard to a drone to drop, say, a shopping bag or a cup of coffee into someone's hand. They might be there. So, technically, it's just challenging. What do you see in that space in terms of smart mobility, other than people getting on bikes and bringing goods to people? Where do you see the future of sort of delivery?
So obviously, this drone delivery is something which is not, at least through what I know, it's not going to come and drop it in your hand. It's going to be having a dedicated place where it's going to drop off your package and you can pick it up from there. So that's obviously something which is in the future. We have seen robots already in Dubai, moving in the expo and getting your deliveries in robots, and it's already started in different parts of the world, and that's the future. But having said that, I feel it's still going to take time for that type of delivery to happen. Still, we are still in the place where humans were going to do the delivery rather than robots. But in the future, you will 100% see 100% automation. You would not see humans delivering your app, but the robots doing it.
Okay, interesting. So looking forward to kind of the future, what's your product roadmap? Obviously you said Abu Dhabi, but what are the features that you want to have on the app in the next 12 months? So
as I said, we have launched our groceries as a starting point. We have also launched flowers, which basically allows any to basically send flower delivery to any of your loved ones, to have it
into the gifting space.
Space. We are having a lot of interesting verticals like the pet care, because after humans, the most important is our pets. So it's just adding more and more value for your customer and having a proper space for them to have whatever options they want on the app.
Yeah.
So specialty stores like only for fruits, only for meat, and just evolving in your space to have more value addition for your customers.
Okay, amazing. What would success look like for you in the future?
I think success for me is obviously not is first being your customers being happy using the app, being loyal towards the app. That's going to be something which is successful, and obviously expansion to different so that you can solve the issues what you're solving already in different regions and actually reach to a lot of customers. And one most important thing is what we forget is that we take convenience only for a few parts of the region who can afford for convenience, but a whole business model is something where convenience can reach to every household in not only in Dubai but in the world, with with our business models like the subsidized delivery fee, no markup, so that everyone can afford convenience in today's time.
Amazing, interesting. The Middle East has been called an emerging market. You've grown up here. You're an entrepreneur in Dubai. Yes. You're Gen Z, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Are millennial? No.
Yes. No, I would call myself one.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
I think you are. I'm not sure, but basically the question really is around the Middle East. Do you think that this region will be a region that emerges, that we will have enough entrepreneurs and enough success stories in business that all the kind of economies can rise together?
100%. I think just talking about myself also, being born and brought up, I think UAE is a place where it's the easiest to start up your business.
Yeah.
And easiest to actually the opportunities are massive over here, because obviously every business has some opportunity to have here. And I think Middle East, talking about UAE specifically, it's the best market to have your business, because you have so many nationalities staying here, you have so many choices. Every customer can find something as a value addition in your app or in your business. So I think it's the best place to have. Middle East is the best, and UAE is the best place to have your business right now.
Okay, amazing. Good note to finish on. Monish, thank you for sharing. You're bright, you're enthusiastic, and you know the space really well. So wish you luck in the future.
Thank you so much for having me here, and look forward to seeing you soon. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are.